Hello all, welcome back to the channel. I'm Alan, this is Alan Reacts, my little corner of YouTube. This is a bit of a Mandela effect on this song, which is The Kinks by Lola, because I'm pretty sure I did this a couple of years ago, but I can't find it on the channel anywhere. So I'm having a Kit Kat moment or a Luke, you are my son moment from Star Wars. Guys, if you can find it on the channel, tell me, but I can't. So I'm going to revisit it. This is after I did David Watts. This is a song I think, if you're our age, if you're over 50, over 40, you might be even over 30, you know this song. Released in 1970, written by Ray Davies, off the album, I think it was Lola. Here we go, I've got written some notes here. Lola versus Powerman and the MoneyGram, Part 1. What? That's some album. But it was a massive hit. Big hit in the States, kind of reinvigorated their career. They sort of got to number 2 on the US Billboard 100, got to number 9 on the UK charts. Has been it's grown in stature, and I think it's often been overplayed in this current era, and we'll get into that. And it was banned in the BBC for a little while, but we'll explore why it was banned, not for what you think. And the lyrics are easy to work out. But I just think there's been some playing around with the meaning of the song to suit people when I don't think it is what people say it is. And we're going to get into that, but it is a great song. And I'll tell you where it ranks in the pantheons of songs that are 3 minutes long for me. But now just let's enjoy it for a little bit. This is the Kinks, Lola, from their official channel.
I met her in a club down in Old Soho, where you drink champagne and it tastes like Coca-Cola, C-O-L-A, Cola. She walked up to me and she asked me to dance. I asked her her name and in a dark brown voice she said Lola, L-O-L-A, Lola.
Lovely opening. And it's a storytelling which you often find in less complicated, in country songs, in blues songs, for example. This is definitely a storytelling. And the whole thing about the Coca-Cola, that's where the BBC band came in, because Ray Davies had to fly back because the BBC banned it because of Coca-Cola. So he had to fly back and re-record it with Cherry Cola. Yeah, God knows why, because I think Coke did Cherry Cola years later. Not that I ever drank it. But the song opens up and it's the cheap champagne just tastes, which means they're in a dive for my American friends. A dive is basically, it is what it is. It's a, Humphrey Bogart gin joint. It's not a good place. It's not a house of good repute, because champagne that tastes like Coca-Cola probably isn't champagne. Yeah. And that sets the scene for you where they are, where the protagonist is. Let's pull it back a bit. Not that I've been in any clubs like that in London when I lived there, ever. You can't understand because he's very drunk. That's the bottom line. We'll get into that. Almost fell for my Lola. Didn't fall. We'll hold on to that. But it is a great song, and there's no meanness in this, guys. I'm not being mean here. I'm just trying to pick apart the song for what I think it is, written by a British band in 1970. not for what people think it means in 2025 based on any sort of ideological possession. That's the kindness. So there's a recognition when you break it down that, well, hang on a minute, you're not what you seem, push you away, but he doesn't want to be cruel. There's no malice in this. It's just, we'll finish off at the end, guys. But I'm not saying that I'm being mean in picking apart the song the way I think it is. And basically, I don't swear very often, but I think this is just a song where some friends are taking the piss out of someone they knew. But there's no meanness in it. The actual subtext of the stories is to be kind and not to be cruel. But it's still a, pardon the French, a piss take of a friend. And we'll get into that. And there's many articles I've pulled up, not just this one I'm looking at here is from Rock Music World. I'll put the link in the description for credit. So yeah, it's not mean what I'm saying. It's just the reality. And I'll tell you why at the end.
La, 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 la. Girls will be boys and boys will be girls. It's a mixed up, muddled up, shook up world. It's a world. La 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 la. Well, I left home just a week before, and I'd never ever kissed a woman before. But all the smiles took me by the hand, saying I'm gonna make it away. Well, I'm not the world's most masculine man, but I know what I am, and I'm glad I'm a man. So it's la 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 la.
Quite Beatles-esque. So let me conclude. I think this is one of the best 3-minute pop rock songs, kind of pop rocky songs ever written, in my opinion. It's such an amazing story. And when I refer to the kindness and the piss take, pardon the French, because that's a British thing. I mean, I know you do it everywhere in the world, but that's a word we use. And it's a fondness, really. There's two accounts of this, the drummer and Ray. Ray recounts it as something happening to one of the stage crew or one of the managers, having got hammered in a club, dancing with a cross-dresser, which would, I don't know if that's transgender or not, because in the 70s, I don't know if transgender was a word that existed. I don't know if that person, because they identified as Lola, was trans. And I kind of don't care, because it's not about that. And people have said it's about, you know, that acceptance of the trans LGBT community in 1970. That was happening, not at the pace that was needed, which I agree with. And the Kinks were going to clubs where they'd be invited, and it was quite common for the glitterati, if you like, to mix in that circle, to push, to not be mean, because there's no meanness in this song. But this isn't a song about being trans for me. It's a song about a guy who gets hammered, because Ray says it's in Paris, the drummer says it's in London. But I'll go with Ray's story because he wrote the song. And at the end of the night, the guy goes, Jesus, look at I could have took that home, but look at the beard. Look at the stubble on the face. So it's saying you can be attracted to something you thought was a woman, but it isn't saying you're attracted to a man that is a woman. That's not what it's saying, this song. So it's a fun pop song that isn't mean. It doesn't, that whole line about pushed away, that's what I wanted to always stay for my Lola. So he wants that Lola to be captured in that moment where the affection was real. That perceived affection was real in that moment. But outside of that, it's just a straightforward piss take turned into a nice story. It's sarcasm mixed with kindness. Yeah, I don't. Tell me what you think in the comments, guys, because I'm not trying to do anything. But when this song is written about being this whole thing about, people talk about it being as the first song about X, Y, and Z in the LGBTQ. I don't think it is. I think it accepts the community, and the band are talking about that, and it's kind. But I don't think they've written it about that in that sense. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe that's just my interpretation. But I think it's a great song with a lovely, kind meaning to it. But it is also a P take of a band member who basically got hammered and almost fell for Lola, but didn't. Yeah. But a great song. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Till next time, take care. Join in, subscribe. Go listen to Davey Watts. Go listen to the whole channel. I'm Alan. Till next time, take care.